Okay. Okay, I want to talk about why we're here tonight. Tonight's about feeding children in our own backyard. Children who only get fed when they're at school. They go home, they open their cabinets or their fridge, and it's just empty. If they even have a fridge that's working. Can you imagine? When I say I don't have food, I have food, I'm just too lazy to cook, or I don't want to eat what's there. They have no food. You'll hear a lot of stories tonight. You're going to hear about parents that have to choose between paying their heating bill in the snow or buying food, or right now in some cases buying water. What would you choose if you were in that situation? You're going to hear from volunteers that every Friday go to the school and fill these backpacks, who will tell you that children come up to them and they say, "Can I have a backpack? I have no food at home." And they have to look at these children and say, "I'm sorry, your friend, your classmate gets one, but you don't get one." And it's not because they're in any better situation than their friend who gets the backpack. There's just not enough funding. Can you imagine being that volunteer? What would you say to that child? You can't eat this weekend? Go hungry? That's what's happening. We heard on a radiothon last Friday from Amanda, who owns the Durand Lounge, and she said that she experienced childhood hunger, and she used to, at age 9, go dumpster diving. And she didn't dumpster dive so she could eat. She was dumpster diving so her siblings who were younger than her could eat. Can you imagine? Have you ever dumpster dived? I can't even stand the smell of a dumpster. I want everyone to realize in this room that this isn't just a problem in Flint. Flint has a lot of people in poverty, of course. But children are going hungry. They're food insecure in every single community. It doesn't matter if you live in Fenton or Grand Blanc or Goodrich or Durand or Davison or Flushing or Clio or Schwartz Creek. There are children that are going to school with your children who are not eating on the weekend. They're neighbors of yours. They're kids that play with your grandkids. The children you help tonight will be able to take home a backpack that's filled with 2 breakfasts, 2 lunches, and 2 dinners, and several snacks. It allows them to eat from Friday afternoon till Monday morning when they go back to school and can eat breakfast. Last week we had a snow week. We had school closed Wednesday through Friday, so there were children, because they weren't in school on Friday, that didn't eat from Tuesday afternoon till Monday morning. And this week, we had 2 snow days as well. So this week they had several days they didn't get to eat either. Can you imagine? Children that aren't nourished, they just can't learn. If you go a few hours without eating, you might start to get headaches and stomach aches. Maybe you're nauseated, you feel dizzy. These children are going to school on Monday and eating, and the pains of being in food shock don't just go away the minute they eat. They can't learn because they're trying to deal with their physical ailments. Can you imagine? How are you expected to get out of poverty if you can't learn? Your chances severely diminish. You know, they say it takes a village to raise a child. This is our village. This is our village. There are 24,000 children. 24,000 in this county that only eat when they're in school, and they don't eat on the weekend. Only 2,000 of them are being fed. We aren't even feeding 1 out of every 10 children that should get a backpack with a backpack. I have no idea what that music's playing. We need to do better. We need to do better. And I know that There's many people in this room that will drop $100, $250, $500, $1,000 and not even think twice about it. $100 will feed a child for an entire school year. How many children do you want to feed? There's very few times in our life that we get to be a hero to somebody. You are that hero to that child, or those children that you feed. You may never meet them, but you're the hero. Read those letters on your table. You are their hero. They have a chance. I want to raise $250,000 in this room tonight, and there's no reason we can't. We would be able to feed thousands of children in our county, and while there would still be a lot that aren't fed, at least we'd be making a dent in the problem. I want to thank everybody for being part of tonight. I want to thank everybody who supported me for the last 5 years, or maybe who now is a new supporter of what we do. I want to thank you for your generosity, and I want to thank you for your desire to make our community a better place, because everybody's in this room tonight because they want to make our community a better place. The time for you to make a difference is here, right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. Get out your checkbooks at some point tonight, please, and dig deep. And when you thought you'd dig deep, dig a little deeper. Please be generous. Again, this is our village. Thank you.